a cold night in Georgia. I'm making up stuff, okay? It ain't no cold night in Georgia. I'm not even in Georgia. Okay. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Ari Exotic. I am here with a late night video. As you can see with my face all done, girl, where is you going? To the kitchen to make this video. So I had some things on my heart and mind that I would like to make a video about. And that is being held accountable for your actions. Because I feel like a lot of relationships and a lot of situations can be resolved, and issues can be, resolved by just a simple, responsible person being held accountable. Oftentimes, a lot of people like to shift the blame and make it seem like it's the other person's fault and point out the other person's faults in what happened, instead of looking at themselves and seeing what they did to add to this problem. Nobody's perfect. I will be the first to admit that I am not perfect. I am a growing person. I am always trying to better myself. In no way, shape, or form am I saying that I am perfect and I am I got it all together, because I don't. But I also don't mind being held accountable and holding my accountability when it matters most. I also don't mind being criticized over things that, if I feel is true, I wouldn't mind agreeing with and trying to adjust if I feel that if I agree with that. So I feel like a lot of times people get upset that you're upset when you speak on something that bothers you. And now, instead of you just being a person who voiced your opinion on how you feel and expressing yourself, they're taking it into offense, or they're taking something the wrong way. And it could all easily be avoided through communication, not texting. I don't believe in handling things over text. I really don't. It either has to be over the phone, talking to you so I can actually hear your voice. I just spit. Or in person. Those are the best ways of the communication where you can get your point across clearly. And I prefer in person because I can actually see that person, see their facial expressions, see, what it is that they're feeling exactly. Because a lot of people can fake how they feel and fake what it is that they're feeling inside by just acting like they're okay. But me, I try to be as transparent as I can, that I feel is the most appropriate for the internet, because I don't believe in sharing everything with the internet. I am a very private person, but since doing YouTube, I kind of feel like I have to be transparent, just so that people can be let in, so that people can feel like they can be connected to me. But like I said, a lot of things can be easily resolved by saying, hey, you know what? That was wrong of me to do that, and I'm sorry. And it seems so easy because we teach children this in school. Okay, kids, what do you say? You say sorry when you're doing something wrong, right? No, because we teach them that, but we don't do that when we're an adult. When we're adults, it's like we forget all the manners that we're taught as children and that we're teaching our children, and just do whatever we want to do. And it's not cool. Like, we should also be practicing manners and practicing accountability, and be practicing everything that we're teaching our children to do, and teaching our nephews and nieces and whatever you have in your life, cousins, little brothers, little sisters, whatever. We all should be held accountable. We're all going to have to be held accountable at one point. So instead of taking things the wrong way, or assuming that this person means this and means that, everything can be squashed with a simple conversation. Now, me, if you know who I am, you know that my intention is never to intentionally hurt anybody. I've never been a person to try to hurt a person's feelings on purpose, or try to down somebody or talk down on anybody. Like, that is not my ministry. That is not what I'm about. That is not what I like to do. Now, if there's a situation that makes me feel some type of way, then I'm going to speak on that situation. I'm going to speak on whatever it is that I feel. And if you happen to be a part of that situation, I'm going to, of course, leave your name out of it. I'm not going to bash you. I'm not going to put you on blast. But I will definitely speak on what it is that I'm feeling, regardless. So that's just one thing. Just to be clear, I'm never here to bash anybody, to make anybody feel bad. Because at the end of the day, anything that I'm talking about, I'm pretty sure that person is, depending on the situation, is a person that I know really well and that I have no problems or issues with. It's probably just what happened in the situation in the time of that feeling that I'm having at that time. So, like I said earlier, because I went on a big rampage earlier about something that was just stupid. I also said it's not personal, it's business. And that's facts. Like, a lot of the time, this is just business. Like, now that I'm putting my thoughts and ideas and opinions on the internet, which is kind of a challenge, because you're gonna get, of course, no matter what I do, I'm understanding that you're gonna get criticized. And I'm glad that this is happening, and I'm glad something like this happened today, because it's teaching me that this is what it's like to be on the internet. This is what your life is going to be like now. There's always going to be somebody that says something. There's always going to be somebody that's going to take offense to something that you say. And there's always going to be people that may not always see what it is that you're trying to say, or may not get your message. And that's okay. That is perfectly fine with me, because everybody isn't for me. I'm not for everybody. So that's fine. However, just so that we're clear, understand that it's business, it's never personal. Another thing I would like to get off my chest is to just please stay beautiful, please stay positive, please stay true to yourself. And when I'm saying this to myself. Everything that I say really is a pep talk to myself, because I always talk to myself first before I talk to anybody, and that's just me. Call me crazy, call me whatever, but I like to talk to myself just to make sure that I'm sound and that I am making sense, because a lot of times I have a lot of thoughts jumbled in my head that when I'm thinking about them, it makes sense, but when you're talking to a person, it may not come out the way that you're thinking it. So I like to talk to myself to make sure that my thoughts are gathered and make sure that I'm not tripping. If I gotta talk to myself, I gotta talk to myself. It's me and God. Like, I'll talk to God too. So bottom line is, try to understand where a person is coming from a different point of view. You may take it as an offense, but think about why I'm speaking about this. Because one thing about me, I'm not going to speak on something that gave me a negative. If I'm giving a negative feedback on something, there's a reason. There's a backstory. And I'm not just talking to make up stuff. I'm normally talking about stuff that actually happened to me and that I actually feel. So, like I said, stop trying to always be offended. Everything, doesn't have to be an offense. Everything doesn't have to be a problem. Like, sometimes we have to be held accountable, and sometimes we are responsible for holding others accountable. And sometimes they don't know. Sometimes a lot of people don't know how to take accountability. It's something that is an issue that a lot of people struggle with. It's also something that have ended a lot of relationships in my life, for the simple fact of people not taking accountability for their actions. So one thing about me, I am grown. I am 23 years old. I'm not going to continue my 20s babying adults and telling them how they should treat me, especially if you're in my life. If you're in my life and I know you and we're close and we're speaking and something goes left, I mention it, it's not fixed and resolved, then we don't need to speak anymore. That's how I feel, because I'm not going to continue to let you know, hey, this keeps bothering me, or hey, you keep doing something that's kind of like not cool. Can you not do that? I'm not going to do that. You're grown. I'm grown. Like, we are two grown adults. This can be avoided. Whether you're going to have a conversation with me or not, that's the way it's going to be. And if you're not going to have a conversation or fix it, then you don't need to be in my circle or my life. Now, I don't hate anybody. I'm not upset with anybody. I'm not angry. I'm simply just a person who is now taking the position to hold others accountable. Period. Regardless of who you are. I hold my mom and daddy accountable all the time. They hold me accountable. So it's vice versa. Anybody can get it. Anybody needs to get it. Period. as always, stay blessed and tune in for the next video.